What's up, my friends? How you doing? It is Monday night. Hope it's been going well. Hold on, I'm going to share the live stream link in the Discord before we get going with our chill stream. All right, here we go. Put out multiple videos today. Got a magic news video, got a magic lore video, and now it's time to just chill. All right, here we go. All right, let's move that a tad bit closer. There we go. That's good. All right, that all looks fine to me. Switch this over. And done. All right, what's going on, my friends? What's up, Jess, Gossett, Rays, Picard, Kensuke, Shelton, Eng, Graham, Zircon, Beasley, Doomblade, Everyday, VT, Gerthulu, Loco. Hello to you guys. Hello to lurkers. Hello to Dirkers, but just tonight. No other night. What up, Felonious T? What's going on, Loco? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? It is pretty chill Monday overall, I'd say. I have been watching some anime. We were talking about Mashal before, and I have caught up pretty much. I think. I'm not 100% sure. There might be a couple episodes that are out that I somehow haven't seen, but I'm pretty much caught up. And that show is mega epic. Like, so far, it's my number one contender for most enjoyable anime for me so far of the year. VT, you think Mashal is dumb, but you like it? Well, I am not gonna argue with it. Argue with the fact that there are certain aspects of it that are dumb, but they set up the dumb aspects of their universe to begin with, and I am satisfied with the way that things are unraveling. Finding out the dark secret behind Mash's creation is pretty messed up, and I just enjoy the approach that they've had for it, right? It's pretty lighthearted in contrast to Solo Leveling, a show that we just watched the first two episodes of today, and that one is it's got potential. I'm curious to see where it's going to go. It's interesting, but it's also way more heavy. Have I watched Spy X Family? As many episodes as I could tolerate. I'm just like, okay, this little cute girl is a mind reader of her spy parents, so I didn't really get that far into it before I just went, meh. It's not like it's one of those shows where you go, how can anybody enjoy it? But it definitely didn't hit for me, man. I just looked at it and went, okay. Yeah, but I like MASH. Exactly. Bro, there's all kinds of different, there'll be people who like MASH and what's that one show? Is it Bo, where the guy's got it's all about his hair and stuff, and I thought that would be something that I could get into, but it's not, man. There's all kinds of different reasons something will land for you, and other times that they won't, right? So it's all over the place. There's all kinds of different oh, I was like, this is gonna be awesome, and you just go, this is stupid. For the life of me, out of all of the animes that I've ever watched, the worst one that we've ever seen, hands down, so bad that I mentioned it today because Carly's like, I want to just start checking out random ones just based on their thumbnails or whatever. And I said, yeah, let's do it. Worst thing that happens is we get Level E'd. Level E is the worst anime I have ever watched. It's like brain damage in anime form. It was just it was so bad that I felt offended that it existed. Do you know what I mean? Doomblade, you like Dragon Ball? See, for me, Dragon Ball was always the thing that I went to my buddies' houses and they would just have it on in the background. And I figured I didn't need to watch it because it's always just a guy standing there going, ah! That's all it ever was. It was just people yelling and building up their power. And I'm like, do you guys want to stop slapping your dongs and actually do something here? At all, ever? But nobody ever did. It was just Yelling Ball the Standing. And I was like, okay. There was also the I'm over 9,000. Like that's what Dragon Ball Z is to me. Dragon Ball Z is charge up yelling, and that's it. That's it. A returner's magic should be special as one of the current worst ones. The names of this current crop of animes are insane. Like, you've got Fist of the North Star, but if they made Fist of the North Star now, it'd be like, that time that I stabbed a guy, there's the time that I poked this guy 7 times in the chest and said, you're already dead. You know, like, the names are so... The time that I had ice cream with the devil! Exclamation mark, question mark, wowie, wowie, wowie. That time my uncle finger banged my mom, but my mom turned out to be a dragon who granted me 3 wishes, and my 3rd wish was to open a fry shack with a walrus on a Tuesday. And it's just like, what? What? You think I'd like the original show, Dragon Ball Z? All right, well, fair enough. Fair enough. I haven't watched any of it aside from at other people's houses. Have I seen Frieren Beyond Journey's End? I haven't even heard of it. I have not heard of that one. VT, you're forcing yourself to watch every anime on Crunchyroll in order of popularity? Have fun with that. I don't want to spend my time watching garbage. No thanks. I discovered an anime called 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Like You. That's terrible. There's some terrible animes out there. There's the one where, like, cans of pop turn into girls. And it's just like, what? She's losing her carbonation. You have to exhale carbon dioxide into her mouth to keep her alive. And she's going to get into the fight with the steel cans. And, like, you're like, that steel can girl is, like, 13, bro. Like, what is going on here? I gotta breathe carbon dioxide into the... you need to be jailed, buddy. You need to be jailed. What up, Gat? Yeah, McGarvel says, due to oversaturation, anime titles have to be preposterously specific. I do like that as a descriptor. The names are absurd. I mean, as much as the names are stupid, they absolutely do get my attention, right? Like, 100%. I can't deny that. I can't. Frieren gets highest recommendation since you like fantasy. Yeah, I do like fantasy and world building. All right, hold on. Let me, there's no reason not to note these down because there's no way I'm going to remember them, right? My brain, I'm always like, I'll just remember them, but I'm not gonna. I've accepted that I need to write more notes because there's zero chance that I'm going to remember all the things that I said I would. Especially when it comes to the Japanese names that feel pretty unwieldy to me. Pretty unwieldy. What was that name? Where did it go? I can only see the part of the name. Whatever, it's all good. Apothecary's Diaries. Whatever, I'll write it down. And why not the 100 Girlfriend thing too? Who cares? Who cares? It's pretty easy to stop watching a show if it's terrible, right? It doesn't take very long. Oh, Nathan says, why, Jess? Wait, why does Nathan's super chat say, why, Jess? I just got here. What did Jess say? Jess said someone super chat $20 and Nathan just did it. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Nathan taking the board. Oh, no, never mind. The adventure boat flying in, beating him 20-01 to just steal a board for Jess. Okay. Wow, Jess, you just demanded it to happen. Bro, Jess, are you the secret? Because you just manifested reality, bro. You just manifested reality. You just went on an adventure boat. You're going on a boating tour. I'm going to call you just the boatman right now. Because you use the power of your mind to ride the Falcon and Nathan like they were each your little pontoon shoes. What? Wait, this Freerin anime is from Warhammer 40k? Now I'm confused. Bo, you still have your Minecraft username? Yeah, you know what? Actually, I was looking at over on Fantasy Geographic earlier, and it was showing me the members, and I saw your name that way, and it made me think of the Minecraft boating. Minecraft's been around for like 15 years. It's crazy. The ban announcement, Doomblade, yeah, it was something, wasn't it? I mean, the outburst is not surprising. Them just ignoring Amalia was only a half surprise, right? And them going, standard is great and everyone's having fun. I was like, are they? Are they? I don't know. Goblin Slayer is awesome. I really enjoyed Goblin Slayer. That's fun. Faraway Paladin. Is he always in the distance? That's so stupid. Oh, Yamagura. Okay, fair enough. You use anime characters in memes, so people, I doubt it. I doubt people see memes of that and think that this random anime girl's in 40k. The only people you're going to get with that are people who don't know anything like me. Who is it? What is it? It's in 40k? Okay. Took you 10 episodes to get into it. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Don't you respect your own time? How can you watch 10 episodes of something that's crap and keep going with it? For real. I love how people will say that about like, oh, One Piece, bro, you just got to get past the first 427 episodes. And it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. How did you do this? What's wrong with you? Do you need counseling? Like, that's it. Do you need someone to tell you that your life has value? Is that, because I'll tell you, like, no one's told you this. Your life has value and it's limited. It's sliding by a moment at a fucking time. And you're going to, what? Look, saying that you're forcing yourself to watch it, like, you would just go, yeah, I'm forcing myself to check out each show to see if it's worthwhile, not watch every episode of it. That doesn't make sense. There's no point in that. Shangri-La Frontier is good. I gotta level with you some. That's a really stupid name that biases me against it. I'm gonna write it down, but I hate the name. It sounds so stupid. We're on the frontier of Shangri-La. Ooh la la, our fantasy Xanadu is a frontier cutting edge. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, and because I don't get it, I don't like it. VT, you pretentious bastard. Some you drop stuff after 2 episodes. I don't have a hard and fast rule. I kind of like, I'll give them a little bit of rope, and I'll be like, here's a bit more rope. Let's see what you do with it. And then I'll be like, I'm out. You're surprised I haven't come up with a so bad it's good for anime channel. How many different channels can I have? Honestly, the anime conversations and stuff like that, it's all just going to be taking place here. Hatcher is a catch-all. Like, the historian is magic. Hatcher is just going to be my interests and stuff. Like, that's what it's been. So this is where the anime and movie and all that stuff going. I'm not going to make another separate one. And no game, no life. What, you think I haven't already seen all that? We're going to challenge God himself. Went to art school, pretentiousness confirmed. Well, fair enough. It's good to know who you are. Bo, return to normal. Back to your normal Bo stations. Ninja Kami. It's a fun revenge story with ninjas and witches. All right. Cool. Some of these are going to be on, like, here's how it works. I'll go and, like, rattle some of these off to Carly. And then she'll go, she has our anime master list of all the animes that she's interested in seeing and all the ones that I've mentioned in passing. So she has them all there. And if something's already on that list and it's like on this list, then it's like double confirmed. You have recommended something that we have already kind of selected as a possibility. So as a result, it bumps it up the list. You know what I mean? Millmaster, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, Felonious T. You know what? That's what happened with Carly with Bleach. Like, Bleach was like crazy, and they had too much filler crap. Where you're like, I don't care about Don Karage. Come on, man. I don't care about him and Soccer Ball Girl. And they go all the way to Hueco Mondo and then go, actually, it's way too intense for them to be in here. We're dialing it back now, and we're doing weird side stories you don't care about. And it's like, oh, whatever. And Carly just said, no, I'm not doing it anymore. And while I wanted to keep watching Bleach, I couldn't argue with her that it was absolutely wasting our time. So I just said, okay, and wandered off to other stuff. We just started watching that today, actually. I've seen the first 2 episodes, the first 2. So right at the end of that intense sequence with all the living statues. Vampire Hunter D. All right. Yep. Seen that, Craig. Witch and the Beast is a different gothic kind of one, right? Dead Mount Deathplay. It's like a reverse isekai. Necromancer from video game world comes to the real world and turns out to be a pretty decent fellow. All right. That sounds like fun. Like kind of like the opposite of Overlord, right? I liked Overlord. Like, I found we watched the first 3 seasons. I was like, yeah, Overlord. And then the 4th season came out and there had been a gap. And it really didn't, like, hit the same way. And sometimes I wonder with that stuff, if I had just seen it all in sequence, would I feel differently? It's like when we watched ReZero and there was this gap and then we came back and it wasn't nearly as good, but it was, like, epic to begin with. Doomblade, you hated Fairy Tail? I can't remember every anime that we've watched. There's so many. But I appreciate the storytelling, the visuals, all of it. It's rather enjoyable and it's refreshingly free of anything other than a focus on trying to tell you a story. That's all it's about. We got a story we're going to tell you. And it's like, yes, thank you. Let's go. It's been fantastic. Cthulhu, pretty dark and disturbing. Yeah, there's a line. Like, I don't like shit to be too wild and messed up. It goes into a realm where I can't enjoy the show anymore, you know? So I don't know exactly where that line is, but I don't want to be living the elfin lied. Like there's a lot of, there's a lot of craziness. Parasite Maxim. That was a really interesting one. I never thought that I would enjoy something about alien spores as much as I did that. But the contrast of the way that human and alien, essentially insectile intelligence operates is really fascinating, right? The cold, calculating way, like your human thought processes are interlaced with emotion and irrationality, but not so this alien intellect, which is bereft of anything resembling emotionality, right? It's 100% cold, calculating, and focused on its own survival. I found that to be surprisingly compelling. I really enjoyed the entirety of that series. Mob Psycho, yep, definitely saw Mob Psycho and enjoyed it. VT, I often lied. It's like it's heavy and messed up, man. So you gotta find stuff that like resonates right for you. Like Inuyashiki, I really enjoyed Inuyashiki. I thought that was a lot of fun. The idea of like an old man who basically, oops, aliens visited Earth and accidentally squashed him. Didn't have time to stick around and sort it out properly, so they just rebuilt him out of a robot. But the technology is so hyper advanced that he's still him with his consciousness and everything else, but he now has like his own mech body. And it was an emotional moment watching him learn to fly by singing Astro Boy. I never thought that I would feel the way that I did, but the contrast between him and the other individual who has the same thing happen to him, the way that they value human life and everything, and ultimately the way it all ends, I found to be very, very enjoyable. Mashal, yeah, some bro, just actually like caught up on Mashal within the last 24 hours, so I'm up to speed, definitely vibing on it. I've never seen Zatch Bell. That's a card game one, right? That's another Yugonob. Vinland Saga. I didn't care about Vinland Saga because I'm not interested in an animated version of like a real world Earth documentary. If it's just Viking people surviving against the cold climate and their own interpersonal struggles, I am so fucking far from interested. Like I am not interested at all. At all. I'm like, nope, add something fantastical or I don't care. You know, that's the reality of it. It's fine. You can tell a compelling story, but I'll be elsewhere watching dragons and fire or crazy dudes with insane powers or something. Something. Have I seen Ghost in the Shell and did I enjoy it? Yes, I saw Ghost in the Shell back in the day and it blew my mind. All the crazy stuff they had going on. From that hacker buddy at the beginning who had that crazy Invisa techno cloak all the way to chick trying to friggin' rip the mech open and her arms unmooring. Oh, all of it, man. That was wild. Akira and Ghost in the Shell and Trigun were like my first forays into the glory of Japanese animation. And there's so much great stuff out there, you know, like Howl's Moving Castle is a fucking masterpiece. I love that shit. Ghibli makes some great stuff. There's just so much to enjoy, just fantastical stories that you can't find anywhere else. Yeah, my girl, you enjoyed Gundam Witch from Mercury, but you know I hate mechs. If it's a mech powered by magic, it's less obnoxious, right? When you interlace other things, then it becomes more interesting. I'm not automatically against mechs. I just have very specific interests, and most of the mech crap just doesn't fit into it. It just is dumb. You might like Full Dive. This ultimate next gen Full Dive RPG is even shittier than real life. All right. I'm just going to write down Full Dive, long name, because that's easier. Doomblade, you'd pay a lot for an Armor Core anime. That stuff is amazing. I don't even know what Armor Core is, honestly. For movies, check out Patema Inverted. I'm not gonna worry about noting down movies for now. I'm just making a list of shows for now. We'll talk anime movies another time. I'm not gonna muddy this list up and start ending up on movies when I'm looking for shows. You feel me? So I'm totally open to suggestions. What I'll do in the future is I'll just title the stream or something, anime movie talk, and we'll do that some night after I've watched an anime movie. So I have more to add on that subject. But today, you know what, this has clearly just become mostly an anime discussion stream, which means that when I upload it on the archive, that's what I'll just call it. Talking, I don't know exactly what, but you know, something along the lines of, is Mashal the best anime of 2024? Because for me, so far it has been. I felt genuinely grateful for how entertaining it's been. You know how it's nice to have distractions from the challenges of everyday life and the stuff that weighs on your mind when stuff is feeling heavy It's nice to have a distraction, something that makes you happy, something that can surprise you. That is of value. So I am genuinely happy for that show and its ability to entertain me. Ninja K has a cyberpunk feel to it. Well, we've watched like some cyberpunk stuff. I'm not against futuristic sci-fi stuff either. It's hard to exactly pin down where that like path into that stuff it's exactly for me, but it's not. I don't want to lose out on genuinely good stories by limiting myself too much, right? Doomblade, it's Gundam, but made by the people who made Dark Souls and Elden Ring. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Eric, you never got into anime? Well, that's totally fine. Some people aren't into it. And there's also, in North America especially, been the stigma that they're cartoons for kids. And this has been propagated by the fact that whenever they came out with things like Naruto or whatever else, they would invariably get like children's voice actors and stuff. And it would come across as like Saturday morning cartoons when the original was written very much like a lot of the time with adult audiences in mind. And so you lose a lot of the seriousness because they don't spend the same time adding the emotional gravity that the original has or casting appropriate voice actors in the role. So you end up with diminished stuff. Like, it may sound pretentious to some people, and I don't give a shit, but subtitles are the way to go, 100%. Dubs are almost always worse, with exceptions of things like Howl's Moving Castle. The dub is totally, absolutely great. When the effort is put into a dub, it really does matter, but subtitles are the way to go, and I absolutely understand as well that that's going to turn a bunch of people off and go, I don't want the television show I'm watching to be a book as well. But the reality is, there are incredible stories and concepts that you genuinely are missing out on by robbing yourself of that. And they can do more with the format than anything else. There is no medium that you can do more with than animation. There are no limitations. It costs exactly the same amount of money to show some guy sitting at a cafe eating a bagel as it does to show 17 dragons fighting over who gets to have sex with a goat, right? Like, it's a goat dragon, let's be clear. It's not just any old goat. It's a golden one, like they really want to bang it. But either way, that's the only way you can find that stuff. And I find that no shows tend to fire up my imagination and surprise me out of left field more than animes. That's just personal, right? Everybody's going to be different, but that's my experience. Got terror and resonance, people who steal or enriched uranium and terrorize Japan. I need something fantastical and outside the norm. You know what I mean? So that can just happen. If it can just happen now in everyday Earth, I don't care. I don't care. I never have. I don't watch like the World War II stuff. I don't care about current like or even recent history, all of that. I am interested in the fantastical outside of what I can find in the normal world. If I want that kind of stuff, then I'll look into like the real world stories and go, what's fascinating? What happens in the real world? I want to be wowed on whatever level, even if it's a really gripping story. I'm just not currently interested in real world parallels. The same way that for Magic the Gathering, I don't want helicopters and cars and things like that. You know what I mean? I want it to be fantastical. I want it to be right out there. The wrong way to use healing magic. I have that one down. That one's on my list. Yep, definitely. The original voice acting is so evocative even if you can't understand it because you can feel the emotion of it. The people try seriously. Cthulhu, yeah, exactly. No slice of life. I couldn't care less. Carly watched one where it's just about a dude dating a girl, and he was just a big guy and she was a little girl, and he'd be like, oh! And like, I will admit that there were moments in it when she was watching it that I found cute. I wasn't like, I can't believe you're watching this crap. She can watch whatever she wants. But there's no way I'm going to sit down and watch a 25-minute show about a dude and a girl dating. I'm sorry, but unless one of them has a demon fly out of their butt or something, you lost me. Like, I want something big. I want to be fucking wowed. There's so many just everyday stuff doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me. The everyday is just that, you know? Zom 100. You know what? That sounds familiar. I'm going to put that down. Zom 100 bucket list of the dead. Oh, wait a minute. That's where that guy has that. He's so happy he doesn't have to go to work because of the zombie apocalypse. Never mind. That's the naked butt dudes one. I remember now. Never ever watch Redo of a Healer or Boku no Pico. Those sound familiar, but I couldn't say for sure. How about Fantastic Children? Awesome story with mystery, fantasy, and sci-fi. Well, that could work. That could work. Air, yep, definitely have checked out Goblin Slayer. VT, never heard of the Guin saga. Undead Unluck. It's set in the modern day world. The world's pretty different. Lots of insane powers and things happen. Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't care if it's current day Earth. You just need something to differentiate it from our existence. You have to layer something in over the mundane. I don't need you to give me a brand new world every time. I can totally use the regular context of Earth to enjoy the changes that you've made to it, right? But for me, I absolutely want crazy. I want crazy. I want to be wowed. I want to be astounded. I want somebody to put concepts in front of me that even though they've explained the majesty and absurdity of their world, that I couldn't even see it coming. It makes sense in their world. It fits. And I didn't see it coming. And I slap my hands together like a very pleased circus seal because it is incredibly gratifying. So yeah, the thing I love is there's a billion animes out there to check. I've only like scratched the surface. I'm gonna run out of space on this page and have to start a second one. This has worked out really well actually in the past when we've done this talking about TV shows and movies and stuff too. It's sweet. It's easier when you have people that you like know making recommendations because it moves it up the ranking list, right? Oh, speaking of moving up the list, I got my sponsorship done. It's done. Between that and the Ridge sponsorship, it's now time to enact Plan Awesomeness. And I am excited to show you what Plan Awesomeness means. Not tonight, because we're not ready, but soon. But soon. That sponsorship was one of the steps. The World of Darkness RPG underlays the supernatural as to why our world is off. RPG. Wait, is that the name of the show? The World of Darkness RPG? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, on top of anime having no restrictions, anime is generated by a different culture than ours. And like when you use different languages and come from a different culture, obviously that shapes how you view things and it's going to inform your creations. So I find that flavoring to be interesting as well. I find that Japan makes a lot of awesome animes, and actually South Korea makes a lot of interesting dramas and crazy shows as well. They're doing a pretty good job of putting some interesting stuff out there. Break stop. Yeah, that's right. Stay down. You know what? The hand. Here you go, buddy. Bagak, 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 bagak. Oh my God. Bam. There you go. Get some bagakin. Yeah, McGar, you're talking about an RPG game. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Water just isn't as delicious as, well, obviously, water's not going to be delicious as something that's layered with sugar. Surprise, surprise. It ain't hitting the spot the way the Kool-Aid did. What was one of the animes that what was it called? Akame ga Kill, I believe was the name of it, where they made you like both the good guy side and the bad guy side. And so as they wiped people out, you were just like, no! Like you did not want people to get ended. And they just kept taking them down. And it's like, this is great. Doomblade says, would you read fanfics? There are some made by 13-year-olds, but there are some that have cool ideas, and I have a soft spot for crossovers or game systems. Doomblade, thanks for the super chat. I do not like fanfiction. I don't really have any interest in people's made up stuff in worlds. I recognize that there are a handful probably of fanfiction writers who are like pretty good, but they're probably going to go on to write their own worlds and stories, and I'd rather hear those. Most fan fiction I've read has just been cringy, eye-stabbing garbage. So, yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. Yeah, you know what? Some lemon. Lemon's definitely an option. There's a number of different things you can use to add a little bit of jazz to your water. And animes, there's so much awesome music for like the intros and outros of animes too. And just hearing the song will make you think of that anime. It's like the outro for season 2 of Mashal is awesome. The Tokyo Way song, it's got such a great groove to it. Every day you bet there's magic historian fan fiction. Yeah, it's probably written by the haters. And then the magic historian fell in a well and nobody had to watch his stupid videos and see his ugly face again. The end. And I had a boner. And that's that's a fan fiction. Oh, man. Yeah, the only good fan fiction I've ever read is the Jason Chandra Fuckwalker fan fiction, where they both have a second Planeswalker spark that ignited after they did it. Once they did it like monkeys, their Planeswalkers, their Fuckwalker sparks ignited because they were both on either side of a mountain and an explosion happened on the other side of the mountain. I have no idea how I found that, but it's way better than the clumsily written but earnest fan fiction about Ral Zarek penetrating Tezzeret. The fan fiction that I found about Magic the Gathering was just awful. Just awful. Like, it's hard enough to find a good writer, and then you're just gonna, like, amateurs turned loose with their stupid ideas of what they'd like to see in it. Every time somebody's come to me with their own original ideas of stuff, it's always sucked, man. Like, it's never good. It's never good. That's why fan fiction is a really nice term for what is otherwise known as garbage creative writing. Complete fucking trash, and you even have an established world and characters to work with, but you're such a fucking hack that even with all the crap that pre-exists, you can't do a good job. So fuck no, I don't want to read any fan fiction, bro. I also don't want to rub fucking sandpaper on my asshole because I don't fucking hate myself. The more I think about fan fiction, the more I hate it. The more I hate it. Because it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, Megaro, the dragons being wealthy and pulling people's strings, that's like Shadowrun, bro. Same kind of vibe. Same kind of vibe. Cthulhu, why did Wizards hire fanfic writers to write the canon stories? Because it's cheap. Because it's cheap. At least I'm enjoying the Thunder Junction story. It's not feeling like Okay, what's going on? A bunch of crap. It's just pretty straightforward. Check it out. There's a robbery going on right here. There's a double cross going on right here. Check it out. This chick is afraid to cross these bandits because she's had problems before and doesn't want to lose her family or whatever. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to take the money and quietly go back to my place. Not my problem. And it's like, all right, this is believable. Overall, I haven't seen anything that makes me go, this doesn't all connect. So, while I ain't a big Wild West kind of guy, I appreciate narrative cohesion. So the current story at least doesn't feel like it's fan fiction writer status. I can't say that about some of the previous stuff so much, but whatevs. Whatevs. So yeah, it really becomes obvious how much story matters when you watch things with satisfying stories. And you go, wow, I just watched a 20-minute episode, but it feels like 40 minutes. You ever done that? You ever watch something where you're like, it feels like this has been on for 2 or 3 times longer than it is? Because there's so much going on. Because the show just like it respects your time. And it's not, we're going to stretch it out with filler garbage episodes. It's like, no, we're coming at you hard nonstop, right? It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. But it's not always easy to find. Wow, okay, I haven't heard of that one. Vivi? Fluoride for your teeth. All right. That's a dental anime. That's a dental anime. Oh, VT, you saw Doom Part 2? Yeah, I've heard good things. I have no idea if I'm going to watch it, though, because we didn't really care for the first one, so... Oppenheimer is 3 hours long? Huh. It seems like it's probably a good movie, but I'm never going to watch it. Does that make any sense? Where I'm like, it's totally like, yeah, I bet you it's great, but I also have like zero interest in checking it out. I know it wouldn't really be up Carly's alley either, so sitting there for that long watching a movie that she's not really interested in, meh. I mean, I definitely understand the interesting nature of somebody developing something on that scale and then grappling with the reality of what he's brought into the world, right? That is some really, really heavy stuff. Ew, you gave up on movies a long time ago? Well, I mean, bro, I absolutely understand. That's how I felt too. Well, I mean, that's how I still feel mostly. I used to love going to the movies, like all the time. I loved it so much. Had one of those memberships. I remember when I lived in Toronto, there was 2 movie theaters across the street from each other, and we'd go. I remember when you could just go to the movies, and you could just pick a movie and watch it. There'd always be something you could watch, and you wouldn't feel hosed and like your time had been wasted. And then it slowly changed to the point where it's like, you got to check before you go. You got to check before you go. Because if you don't, you're not going to find anything that you want, right? And then it gets to the point where you go, there's no point in checking because there won't be anything that I want. And everything sucks now. And then you just stop even looking. And I wanted to get back into going to the movies and wanted to get like a 1 year sort of, hey, if you sign up for this membership, we give you 1 movie ticket a month. And then me and Carly could go to the movies each month and there'd be a way to make it cheaper and make it work and bring that experience back. But like, couldn't find any movies to go and watch. Tried hard, was willing to like, oh, okay. And the only thing they had at all was, oh, check it out. Here's an anime movie, but it's really just 3 episodes of the show. And you could just watch them like that. And it's like, well, I can't go and see that as a movie because that feels like I'm getting hosed. So everything, what am I going to go watch? Argyle? So Dune 2 was literally the only thing. And it's like, oh. So yeah, it's so disheartening. It's so disheartening because I want to go to the movie theater. I want to go and enjoy the experience of being there. I used to go to the movies all the time. They had out by the Penn Center, they had this movie theater where it was like $2 to go and see movies. It was awesome. It was awesome. So yeah. You ain't wrong. It is big money for a night at the movies. If me and Carly were to go to the movies, like for the tickets and the concessions and everything, it can run you like $60 for two people. That is very pricey. And like, that's why it makes it impossible. That's what makes it impossible. The price tag is so high, and you're not going to get your entertainment value from it. So you're just like, why? No, the movies are few and far between. I want to just be able to go back to when you could just go to the movies and there would always be something worthwhile. The Crow remake looks pretty bad. Of course it is. Of course it is. Every modern remake is garbage. Every movie remake is garbage. It's so sad. Some, you want to see the new Ghostbusters when it comes out? That's one that might be okay. The last Ghostbusters was enjoyable. There's also the Deadpool movie that's coming up that I'd like to go and see. But I really got myself hyped on the idea of like going like for like every month, like once a month, turning it into a thing and having it to look forward to. I built my own hope and expectation up only to have it dashed on the rocks, and I'm still mildly like about it. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to justify the cost for the experience. It's got to feel like it's worth it. Money is not a ever plentiful thing. You have to be very careful how you spend it, right? Like otherwise you'll be out the money and you'll feel like a fool, and I hate that. I hate it. VT, I agree. You know what? I agree with that. Hollywood budgets are out of control, bro. The movies are like so expensive, but the expense of the movie has no correlation to the quality of the movie. Like the second Doctor Strange was bloated garbage, and the first Doctor Strange was amazing. And they spent hundreds of $1 millions on the second Doctor Strange and made an unpalatable, slapped together by committee garbo film that my brain just tuned out during. It just tuned out. Like, instead of enjoying the visuals as part of the movie, you just watch it and go, they must have spent a lot of money on visual effect artists. But you're not appreciating the visual effects as immersive world building. You're appreciating them as somebody looking at it from a clinical standpoint, which is completely different. It's completely different. But I would love to go back to like regularly going to the movies. That would make me happy. I'd love to have a membership for it to be worthwhile. And I'm still holding on hope because I feel like there can be a reversal with this, right? There's money in it for companies to make entertaining movies, and they're learning their lessons that you can't just churn out endless crap and then slap it onto streaming services because people tune out. They disconnect, and you can't make your money that way, right? Yeah, they don't want to, studios don't want to take a risk anymore. They don't want to risk anything. They just want to, okay, we want to put down $100 million and walk away with $300 million or $500 million. Like, we want to quadruple our money and that's it. We don't care about what we're creating. It's not about that. Aaron, did I see the Oscars? I've never really watched the Oscars. It's never really been a thing for me, but I might have been somewhat aware of what was going on with them back in the day when movies were good. Now, I don't know what movies are coming out. I don't know what's going on with awards. None of it. I'm completely disconnected. I'm completely disconnected. Oh, well, what are you going to do, right? I'm hoping for a resurgence of quality movies. And they don't even have to be that amazing. Just let me go and eat my popcorn. And I stopped having Barks root beer regularly, but I would totally splurge on it at the theater. You know what I mean? Get a big fat Barks root beer and a popcorn. that membership would have given me unlimited popcorn refills, so I would have eaten the popcorn at the movie and then gotten them to refill it before I took it home. And sure, I still would have got hosed because I paid them $10 for a big bag of popcorn, but it wouldn't feel like I got hosed. It would be amazing. And the next day when I was eating that popcorn and my lips were turning into that salty prune butthole, I'd be happy. It just goes to show you got to appreciate everything you're enjoying now, because you never know when that's going to be something you're looking at in the rearview mirror going, when was the last time I got to enjoy that properly? And that's something that I'm trying to focus on now, is just appreciate everything that's going on, right? It's the same way that maybe I didn't appreciate all the movies and access I had at the time as fully as I could. So I don't want to make the same mistake that way. Like, for example, doing all of this, I feel extremely lucky to get to spend my time fucking around on the internet, making videos, talking smack with you guys, talking about whatever. Like, for example, anime night tonight. This is super awesome. So I want to appreciate it before you all decide that you're happier watching the AI Jug Juggler channel or whatever else, and everybody wanders off and I'm left alone ranting to myself like it was in the beginning. You got to appreciate the moments that you're in, friends, you know? So yeah, I definitely do miss the movie era in that way. But hey, on the other side of it, while the movies were a guarantee you could go and find something to be entertaining, it was a lot harder to find regular entertainment on your own schedule. You had to be there to watch TV when it came on. You could miss part of it real easy. So nowadays you can watch what you want on demand, and you can find all kinds of stuff that seemed like it was lost to time. So there's definitely advantages. Every day it cost about $2.50 on a Tuesday to see a movie 30 years ago. Bro, they had a special. They had a special going on in February where they're like, we're doing $5 movie. And I'm like, $5? That's a really good price for the movies. And then it was so disheartening that they had no movies that were worth watching. And I was just like, how is this possible? Friday night movies in the 90s, $10, you could get popcorn and pop. Yeah. Stormtrooper, nope, not AI yet. Not yet, buddy. They're doing new Beavis and Butthead? All right. Yeah, the movie theaters used to do free refills on the big pops and popcorn, and then they stopped doing it, but then they added it in as like a layer for the membership. I still want that membership. I still want it to be a thing. I'm going to go and check the movie listings again soon. I want to do that. I want it, man. I want it. Oh, but you know, it's that folly too. You can try and force something. And then be like, I shouldn't have. You know, trying to recapture something that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, yeah, Pluto TV. Me and Carly were watching that for a bit, just for, like, randomness. But the ads being the exact same thing over and over, constantly going, check out the Wolfman, ow, over and over and over, started to drive her crazy. So she was just like, no. Oh, yeah, Aaron, remember the days you went down to the video game store and rented the VHS cassettes? Man, oh man. So yeah, whatever. The current era has advantages and disadvantages compared to the past. And obviously you look at the stuff with rose-colored glasses, but if you were forced to go back to it, I'd be like, you know, having access to all the stuff on the internet probably does beat being able to go to the movies. But yeah, I do wonder what's playing now. It's too bad. I'm disappointed that I'm not like into Dune, because I know a bunch of people are into Dune and I wish I could be too. You know, when you just want to be involved in the thing that people are enjoying. And it's just like, I watched the first movie and I remember nothing of it. And I think I was bored during it, you know? Jess, you like when people bring up how much cheaper things used to be? I remember my mom telling me that when she was a kid, she could get a plate of French fries and a bottle of pop for $0.25. It's like, what? I remember when there were penny candies you could buy for like a penny. I remember that. You could get little gummy bears for a penny each, right? VT, you think Dune isn't a very good story? It's very preachy, like going to church. Fair enough. It left very little impact on me. Cthulhu, that's how you felt with the Hogwarts game? Fair enough, buddy. There's a Fatboy Slim song that references Dune. Is it the Funk Soul Brother? McDonald's 59¢. I wish today was Friday so I can get a cheeseburger for 39¢. At McDonald's, baby. I don't remember how that goes. I remember you could go to Pizza Hut and you could get a personal pepperoni pan pizza for $2. And they had a guarantee that if they didn't get it to you in 10 minutes, it would be free. And they'd put a little timer on your table and you'd be like watching it going, come on, come on. And then they bring out those metal pans with that greasy, cheesy Pizza Hut pizza. My mouth is watering, bro. Ooh. Weapon of choice. Oh, I know that one, Felonious T. Beano, the Fallout show might be decent. I don't know anything about it. Not a thing. Jess, no more nickel candies. Oh yeah, having people like help themselves to make their own little candy bags. That's not going to be flying in today's world. Red Dress remembers the penny candy action. Cthulhu, $20 for a... We're talking personal pan pizza. It's a little 4-slice pizza, not like a 12 slice for everybody. No, if you want to get like, they got like, it's $25 a pizza, right? That's not. You got to keep your eyes up for coupons. I got me some A&W coupons. You can get the onion rings for $2. You can get free root beer too. These are the kind of coupons I like. I like saving money and spending little bits of money to get what feels like a good deal. That's satisfying. Gobstoppers. Aren't those jawbreakers? Or are those some chocolate things? Oh, I think I remember those. They got all the different colored layers. Scroll Keeper, no, you don't gotta dip pizza in any dressing. Just eat the pizza. It's already greasy and saucy enough. Just like me. Greasy and saucy. Man. Guys, I need a genie. I want to wish for Pizza Hut pizzas and I want to wish for better movies. I want to wish for all, like, with the numbers we have in here, we've got, like, the right amount of people to teleport into a theater. We could just be like, and then all of us would be in a fucking movie theater watching a baller movie with, like, fresh, hot Pizza Hut pizza for everybody. You'd all have your own favorite choice right there. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. That'd be fun. Well, who knows? Maybe one day we can like do one of those rent out a theater things somewhere and like we can get together and do a movie. Did I ever go to a birthday party at a Pizza Hut? No, never a Pizza Hut birthday, but I did go to a bunch of the McDonald's, the birthdays at McDonald's, which weren't great from like an exceptional birthday experience, but they were great in that I wasn't normally allowed to have that kind of junk food and sugar and stuff. So I loved other kids' birthdays because it was special dispensation to eat the junk. To eat the junk. But yeah, man, that'd be dope. We all go to the same theater, all kinds of popcorn for everybody, pizza, all of it, all the goodness, all the goodness. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I'm thinking about greasy pizza. I'm thinking about like some chicken McNuggets from McDonald's with some honey dipping sauce. Getting hungry, son. Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Rings of Power stuff. I heard that it was terrible, and also knowing like what they did to the Wheel of Time was so atrocious. And I was like, no, that's cool, man. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to watch any other fantasy epics that I know because I can tell what they're gonna do with them. The Rings of Power. That's a pass. That's a pass for me. Jess, that's right. It doesn't have to be somebody's birthday. You can get a cake anytime you want. There ain't no laws. You can walk right in and buy a cake any day of the week, bro. You could eat cakes every day. I mean, you'll die, but you could do it. Wheel of Time season 2 was better than season 1. The second kick in the dick was better than the first kick in the dick. See how I didn't line up for that? Right? Right? Like, that's how that goes. So what? You get used to him spitting in your mouth. I've never watched a TV show like that I was so excited for and had my hopes dashed so hard, so fast. Where right away when they were like, "We're gonna throw you off the cliff, Egwene," and it's like, "What's this?" And it's like, "This is her rite of passage." And I went, "Oh, okay. Well, this wasn't in the story, but they want to add some extra stuff in, fine." And then when she went back to the inn and they all started applauding for her, and I was like, okay. And then like Rand is like begrudgingly introduced in, and you got Matt like, and they're just villainizing everybody. And Perrin's married to a awful bitch, and you just go, wait, what's going on? And like, I was so hyped for this that I went through all the Wheel Time books before the series came out, and then 10 minutes into this show that I'm super hyped for, Carly just turns to me completely confused and goes, "Why does this show hate men?" And I just looked at her and said, "I don't know." And then I just started laughing at the most ham-fisted nonsense I've ever seen, where when the Trollocs attacked, they cut to scene after scene of old ladies fighting the Trollocs. And it's just like, okay. And then Lan, the butt naked, the butt naked sex life from Moraine. I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, it's so absurdly crackheadish that it's the first time that I've ever seen official fan fiction. That's really what it is. It's official fan fiction made by insane people. And the craziest part about it was too is like this is a world where women are already the most powerful people in the entire world. Like you don't even have to whatever changes you think you need to make to fix the world. Literally women are the most powerful organization by a long shot in the world. And you even have a faction of those super powerful women that hate dudes. Like you've got it all. It's all already there. They set it up for you. But they came in and were like, hold my beer. Watch this. Everything. Like, okay, that's amazing. It's amazing. It's a caricature. Enjoy yourself. That ain't my Wheel of Time. The wheel spins itself out differently. And if other people can enjoy it, it doesn't even bother me because they went so far out in the other direction with it, like that I couldn't even be upset because there was nothing for me. It wasn't like, oh no, my bread got gravel on it, but I can still eat the bread. It was just like my bread has been completely covered and obliterated by gravel, and it's just a pile of gravel. And I don't eat rocks. I guess I'll go look for a meal elsewhere. Like that's how it went. I watched one episode and I told myself, don't be too harsh. Watch another episode. And I watched 10 minutes of the second episode and I was like, you don't have to do this to yourself just because you love these books. This is awful. Just leave. Don't watch it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to watch this. It's just silly. Cthulhu, yeah, the Wheel of Time was 100% disengaged here in the books, and it read like the show came across as if they wished they're like we wish that we could change who the Dragon Reborn is, you know, like full on. We resent who the story is about, and it's just like, why are you telling this story then? That's what it really becomes. If you don't like it, why are you doing it? And it's like, well, we don't know how to make anything compelling of our own. So we figure if we take something compelling of yours and tell it this way, and it's like, but it's not working. At least not for me. The fact that I was not surprised to see they got more seasons, because you only have to appeal to a general populace, and people who aren't aware of what the original are probably going to find it less gratingly obnoxious, the changes they've made, but like making Matt's dad a villain, changing parent. It's like, what about Fael? No, he's upset about his manly wife who's stronger than him and also hated him, but he died and she's all sad about it. And it's like, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh. I don't know how people like who are fans of the show manage to watch through it, but they're, hey, if you did, that's cool, man. Where it works for you. If you're happy to see some elements of it, then I guess you have the ability to compartmentalize things in a way that allows you to enjoy things I can't. And in a way, I'm envious of it, right? I remember that Ruby stuff, a bit of it, Doomblade. I don't remember a ton. I think I might still have one or two Weeb Schwarz booster packs of it kicking around, actually. All right, my friends. Well, it's been a long day, but I still have some other things that I need to attend to. So, thanks for coming and hanging out. We will reconvene again soon. And if you haven't already checked them out, I put out a video on the banning on the Historian channel, and I put out the brand new Thunder Junction lore video on Fantasy Geographic, so you can go and check those out. All right, but for now, I'm falling into the waters of doom.